Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be another one of these videos. I think this is the second one that I'm doing in this series where I'm comparing all my favorite best sunscreens, again in my opinion, in terms of their value. So I will be doing this video in another style as well, where I'm going to actually compare the uses that you will get out of one tube, but here we're going to talk about grammage. So in India, the standard in terms of the products is either ml or grams. So that's what we're going to be comparing using in this video. If you haven't watched the first video that I did in the same series where I was comparing all my favorite moisturizers, and there were way more moisturizers that I had in the video as compared to sunscreens. Of course, I'm not going to put every single sunscreen in this video, specifically because I'm not someone who every single sunscreen works for. I definitely have very few, not very few, I mean we have 6 specifically that I actually think deserve to be in this best sunscreen video. These are typically sunscreens that I would actually consider repurchasing if I had to go out and repurchase sunscreens for my own self to use on a consistent basis. These are the ones that I would do that for, and I wanted to see which are the best ones, which ones should I actually end up repurchasing if I had to, because they have the best value and what value am I getting out of them. So that actually tells you how expensive a certain product is going to be on your pocket, because obviously if something is like 250 rupees but it comes with way lesser product, whereas something that is 400-500 rupees comes with actually way more product, and then the per grammage will tell you what is a better value to purchase consistently, especially for something like sunscreen that you go through on a pretty regular basis. On an average, I would say no matter what sunscreen you buy, you are going to run out of it typically within like a month or so, like either 1 month or within 1 month. So it's something that you're going to have to repurchase consistently over the year and over the years to come. So obviously you want to know what's the best value. So I'm going to tell you which are my favorite sunscreens, and of course which is the best value among those and which is the least like the worst value basically. So yes, with that long ass intro out there, let's dive right into it and let's talk about these 6 sunscreens. Now the one that is actually the worst value among all of these are actually from Dr. Sheths, and I will tell you their comparisons in terms of value with offers and without offers. Now a lot of products these days have really great offers, so I have actually compared their offer prices and the value that you're getting out of them in that sense, and then also their regular prices, the MRPs. So the Dr. Sheths sunscreens, and I have both of them, the Ceramide and vitamin C as well as the Haldi and Hyaluronic acid sunscreen, are my bottom 2 in terms of all my favorite sunscreens when it comes to their value, because the MRP of each of them is $4.99 and you get 50 grams of products. So if you're doing the math like that, it's almost 10 rupees per gram. The exact figure would be 9.98. But that being said, you can typically buy the Dr. Sheths sunscreens when they have a buy one get one offer going on or a buy two get two offer going on, which is not super duper regular, but it's regular enough where I think it happens once in 2 months. So you can definitely stock up like 3 or 4 tubes of sunscreen when this offer comes around, and then you're sorted for the next 2 to 3 months till the next time the offer comes around. So if you had to compare the offer prices, it would still be the most expensive out of every other sunscreen I'm going to be speaking about, because it would come about to be around 250 rupees for 50 grams, 249.50 essentially if you want to go by decimals, and that would be 4.98 per gram. So that's almost 5 rupees. Every other sunscreen I'm going to speak about is less than 5 rupees per gram in terms of their offer price. So now let's move on to the next sunscreen, which is definitely a better value than the Dr. Sheths, but it's still not the best value, even though you would think it would be, because it comes in a bigger size. And that's why I tell you it is really deceptive sometimes. Like when you see a product that has a bigger packaging, you might think that okay, this is actually a better value. That's not necessarily always the case. So you should always do your math, always see what's the price, what's the grammage, what is the per gram cost, to then be able to decide if it's actually a better value or not. So the second slash third worst value, and in our list this is like our top 4, is the Derma Sunscreen SPF 50. Now I'm actually not considering the SPF 30 in my list at all, because in my opinion personally the SPF 30 and the 50 are pretty much the same. That being said, if I have to actually pick between the SPF 50 and the SPF 30, I would go for the 50, obviously, because that's like more protection essentially. Now I don't want anyone to think that SPF 30 is not good enough just because SPF 50 is better, because ideally SPF 30 would give you 95% protection from sun rays, whereas SPF 50 is going to give you 97 to 98% protection from sun rays. So obviously that 2 or 3% is technically better in the grand scheme of things. If a product is pretty much the same, like in terms of texture, consistency, white cast, all of that stuff, it's pretty much the same. The only difference is the SPF number as well as the price, obviously. So if I really had to pick between the two, and if I had to choose essentially only SPF 30 or only SPF 50, which one would I go for? Definitely it's going to be the 50, because it's better in terms of the SPF number and the protection that you're going to get from the sun. So that being said, if I had to look at the price and the value of the SPF 50 sunscreen from Derma, the MRP of this particular product is 585 rupees and you get 75 grams. So that's typically more than all the other sunscreens that generally come in 50 grams. So that makes it seem like it's a better value, and it definitely is if you compare to Dr. Sheths, but there are definitely others that are a way better value. So the value of this one, if you just buy it basis of MRP, is 7.8 rupees per gram. So because you cannot get this at like a similar buy one get one offer like you could Dr. Sheths, etc., if you had to think about it that way, then this would actually be not as good of a value. It would be the least in terms of value. But when you are looking at the offers and the prices and all of that, you can actually purchase this from Sublime Life. And I want to quickly give you like a shameless plug promotion, not sponsored, not in any it's not a collab or a sponsorship that this is, but it's an affiliation. I'm now a Sublime Life affiliate, which means I have a code as well as an affiliate link that does earn me a commission. So in case you want to support me and in case you want to support my channel, definitely make sure and use that. You don't have to, it's not an obligation, you don't have to do that to support me, but it would of course help me monetarily. It would help my channel, it will help my bank account, which internally would be helpful for you guys, because then I can like purchase and review more products for you, because by supporting me, you're kind of giving me the money back that I'm spending on these products to review for you guys. So if I make more money, that means I can buy more products to review for you guys. So in case you would like to support my channel, please go ahead and use that link. If you end up making any sort of purchase on Sublime Life, it could be absolutely anything. It doesn't have to be this Derma sunscreen, which I would recommend you to buy it regardless of my affiliation. But even if you want to purchase anything else from Sublime Life, you can actually use my code or my link. So any which ways, keeping that aside, if you were actually purchasing this from Sublime Life, and if you are a part of the Sublime Recycles program, which I am a part of, I have sent my empties to this particular program numerous times, which is why I have a lot of points accumulated in my account. So I would typically redeem a 500 rupee voucher to then be able to save a little bit of money on this specific product. Now, I cannot technically just subtract like 585 minus 500, because that would make the difference 85 rupees. And if I do that, I could technically check out, but I will have to pay for shipping. So what I would do instead is I would purchase 2 sunscreens together instead of 1, then apply the 500 rupee coupon on 2 instead of 1, and the difference amount would not charge me shipping. So if I had to purchase it that way, each tube individually would cost me around 335 rupees for again 75 grams. And if I had to do the price per gram after the offer price, it would come about to be still 4 rupees and 48 paisa per gram. So that is definitely not super duper affordable, but I'm still getting a lot of sunscreen, and I'm able to use the points that I have accumulated. So I would do it that way. I would suggest you to do the math for yourself in case you end up purchasing this product, depending on you. Like, do you have Sublime Life points? Are you using my discount code, which by the way saves you 10%? I feel like I did not mention that already. I'm not trying to plug anymore. I'm just trying to tell you what I forgot to tell you earlier. But yeah, this is it's still not the best value. Like, this is around 4.5 rupees per gram. So there are definitely other sunscreens that come with a much better value, and some of them are actually on Sublime Life as well. So yeah, we'll save it for that, and let's move on to the two other sunscreens, which are very similar to each other. This is my top 2 and my top 3. In my opinion, the formulation of both of them is the same, so I just want to let you know that it doesn't really matter which one you buy, but the price and the value of these are actually different. So my top 3 favorite sunscreen in terms of value is the Dermaco 1% Hyaluronic Acid Gel Sunscreen. This is one that I have spoken about for a long time. I don't use it, to be honest, as much as I used to earlier, because I have discovered better formulations, but I still think this is a really good product. That being said, I feel like Dermaco used to do offers more often. They don't do their buy one get one free offer as much as they used to earlier. When they do have like regular offers going on their website all the time, but the buy one get one is truly the best offer. I would suggest you rather skip on the ongoing ones and you wait for them to do the buy one get one, and whenever they do that, if you do end up purchasing, so I didn't tell you the prices. Earlier I used to be purchasing the 50 grams tube, which is like the cylinder airless pump, but now they have actually come out with a value size, which is an 80 grams product. And of course, since we're talking about value, this is a better value to go for the value size, which is the 80 grams. So when I'm giving you the prices, I'm giving you the prices of that one. That's a different packaging, that's a tube packaging, and the price of this particular product is 649 rupees for an 80 gram tube. So if I had to do the price per gram, it's actually pretty expensive. It is 8.11 rupees, which is even more than the fixed Derma. So do keep that in mind. Again, that's why I told you, don't go by price and grammage. Do the actual math and then see how much it's costing you per gram. So this is more than the fixed Derma, 8.11, but you get a better price if you wait for the buy one get one offers, which again, like I said, fixed Derma doesn't do. So if you wait for the buy one get one offer and you buy like 2 tubes of this, or maybe you're buying something else from the Dermaco website as well, the price, if you split it by half, is gonna be 324 rupees and 50 paisa for 80 grams. And then if you do the math and calculate how much is going to cost you per gram, it is 4.05 rupees. So that is almost 4 rupees per gram, whereas the fixed Derma is 4.5 rupees per gram. Now it might seem like, oh, this is just an extra 50 paise, but no, when you're using and repurchasing something consistently, obviously the price doesn't, like, it does matter. That being said, personally, basis of formula and texture wise, if I had to pick, I would still pick the fixed Derma, but I just want to know which is a better value as compared to which is not as good of a value. So Dermaco is definitely a better value if you wait for the offer, and because there's a better offer, so why not? Then I told you that my top 2 and my top 3 were pretty much the same in terms of formulation and texture, but the top 2 is obviously a better price than the top 3. So the top 2 sunscreen that I was referring to and mentioning to earlier is the Aqualogica Glow Plus sunscreen. Now I have told you again that the Hydrate Plus as well as the Glow Plus are pretty much the same formulation, but the Glow Plus also comes in the same 80 gram value size that the Dermaco Hyaluronic Acid sunscreen comes in. So that is the reason why I'm referencing to this one, because that's the one that has the better value. So the value size 80 grams of the Aqualogica Glow Plus sunscreen is priced at 599 rupees, and if you did the math to see how much it costs per gram, keeping all the offers aside, it would be 7.4 rupees per gram. Now I don't know why Aqualogica is priced at 599 and Dermaco is priced at 649, because again, it's the same parent company, it's the same formulation, so I don't really know why that's the case. And I also want to give you a quick note. I did not realize this earlier, even when I was doing my comparisons and my reviews on the Aqualogica sunscreens and the Dermaco sunscreens. I didn't actually notice this and I didn't realize this. The Aqualogica sunscreens are $3.99 for 50 grams and the Dermaco one is $4.99 for 50 grams. So if I had known that there's actually a price difference and the formulation is the same, I wouldn't be purchasing the Dermaco ones. I would just buy the Aqualogica ones when they did their offer, because again, they also don't do it as often. So again, that is more or less the same, but there is still like ₹100 price difference when you are buying the 50 grams, and when you're buying the 80 grams there's a ₹50 price difference. So any which ways, keeping that aside, that's the reason why Aqualogica is the better value, because of the price difference. So if you were buying the Aqualogica one at a buy one get one offer, it would be ₹299.50 for 80 grams, which becomes 3.7 per gram after you look at all the offers and discounts of the buy one get one and look at the per grammage. So again, less than ₹4, which is very, very, very good in my opinion. And again, if you had to purchase something long term, again, I can't stop reiterating the fact that it definitely counts over time. If you have to calculate how much sunscreen you're going to go through in a year or in even 6 months for that matter, it's a lot of money saved for sure that you can again put towards something else. Now let's talk about my favorite sunscreen, and I'm not saying that in terms of just the formulation and texture, I'm also saying it in terms of the value, because this is the best value that is out there, and I'm so happy that my favorite sunscreen has the absolute best value, because this is actually something that, I mean, I'm going to repurchase this product even more than I was earlier, because I'm getting the best value in terms of this. And if you have been watching my channel regularly, you should probably know what sunscreen this is. I'm going to give you a second to pause this video and comment down below and let me know, and like leave your guesses in the description, in the comments, I'm sorry, what do you think my absolute favorite sunscreen is? If you give the right answer, that means you're an OG and you watch my videos all the freaking time, because this is the Deconstruct Skincare Sunscreen, the gel one, SPF 55. And the reason I'm saying the gel one, because when I'm filming this video today, they actually launched 2 new variants and those are totally different sunscreens, so we're not going to compare them at all. But the OG gel sunscreen SPF 55 is my absolute favorite sunscreen in the whole wide world in terms of the formulation and texture, but it's also the best value when we look at the offers. So this is also priced the cheapest, by the way. Just in general, it is ₹349 for 50 grams, and that's the MRP, you guys, that's the MRP. So if we have to look at the per grammage also of this one, it is ₹6.98, less than ₹7. No other sunscreen that we spoke about today is less than ₹7 in terms of its per gram value on the MRP. So 6.98 is amazing. And again, like I told you earlier, if you were purchasing this from Sublime Life and if you were using offers and discounts, etc., I would typically buy 3 at a time to be able to use my ₹500 discount that I get because of the recycle program. So again, it's got nothing to do with my affiliation with them, with my affiliate code and my discount link and discount code. It's got nothing to do with that. The Sublime Life recycle program is completely separate from that. So if I had to use my voucher on that, I would get each tube for around ₹182. So it's 182.33 for 50 grams, which means that the per gram value is under 4 rupees. It's 3.64 rupees per gram, and that is the cheapest again out there. Even the Aqualogica Glow Plus was this close. It was this close. It was like 6 paise ka farak, because Deconstruct is 3.64 and Aqualogica is 3.7. So again, it's a teeny tiny difference, but it's still a difference, and I'm so happy that my favorite sunscreen has won this comparison video, essentially, because yeah, that just makes me very, very, very happy, and it makes me repurchase my favorite sunscreen even more than, you know, ever before. So yes, those were all the sunscreens that I wanted to speak about and like mention to you in this video. These are all my favorite sunscreens. I have maybe in the past spoken about other sunscreens also that are, you know, a favorite that I would recommend to people to buy, but again, there are always caveats. If I had to repurchase sunscreens on my own, for myself, for my mom, or even to gift anyone, I would typically repurchase one of these 6. So yes, this was the breakdown of worst value to best value in terms of the price, and like I told you, I will also be doing one basis of usage, because of course you need to keep in mind there are certain sunscreens which a little goes a long way and it gives you more coverage, so you tend to use less product and you will get more uses out of one tube, whereas there might be a different texture that's more like watery or fluid like, and you will require more product to cover your face, so you might be getting a bigger size, but you'll still be running out of it more quickly because you're using more product. So again, that is subjective, and that is also something that we do need to keep in mind. So I will be doing a part 2 to this specific video where I will cover the uses versus the price per gram. So if you're interested in that, please stay tuned, leave a comment down below and let me know. And again, like I said, just for one last time, if you are purchasing something from Sublime Life and you use my coupon or my link or whatever, please let me know as well. I would love to know. You can just take a screenshot and you can send it to me via Instagram DM, and I would be so happy to see you guys using it. Again, you don't have to, you can use it if you want, others don't. It's absolutely fine. But yes, if you also like, if one of these sunscreens that I mentioned today is also your favorite, I would love to know that also in the comment section, and I would love to chat with you over there. So definitely leave a comment down below so that we can get chatting in the comment section. But that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Until next time, bye bye.